I'm a seven-figure Airbnb host. My name is Frank. We're going to be able to review Bandmankevo's new podcast. He's interviewing an Airbnb host who's going to drop some knowledge for us. I'm going to go ahead and show you which one is facts and which one is cap, and basically let you know if this is the right business for you to get into or if you should stick to your 9 to 5.
That's a great question. So you would go on platforms like TaskRabbit or Thumbtack and just search for like cleaning people or search for people like handyman. If you're not a good person like to put furniture and stuff together and assemble things, you got platforms out here or apps out here like Thumbtack and TaskRabbit. And what you would do, you go in there, search, say you need cleaners. You'll go in there, search for cleaners in your local area where you got the property, and they'll come and you just schedule an appointment with them, go through an interview process with them, let them know they'd be a good fit because it's a business at the end of the day.
I think he has the right mindset here. They're trying to find and build a team. That's your housekeepers, that's your handyman. These are the two most important people within your business because they're going to basically run the entire operation. When it comes to your housekeeping, I would go to Angie's List rather than going to Thumbtack. And the reason why is because Angie's List has reviews, 5-star reviews, 4-star reviews of local people within your areas that have actual businesses. They're not just independent contractors. And when I'm looking for a team, I'm looking for a housekeeper who has years of experience and has at least 2 other people working with them, because there's going to be times when your housekeeper is going to be out. There could be an emergency, they're on vacation, and you want a next day cleaning and you want them to be able to be available for that. I have a housekeeper right now where she has her own company and we've grown together. She used to have maybe 5 to 10 people on her team at one point. Now she has maybe around 15 people. As I've gotten more properties over the years, she's gotten a bigger staff as well. And that's what you want to do. You want to have a big staff that you're not working with directly, because she's going to have to deal with the management and communication of the team. And you're just communicating with one voice while they're working with your property. Essentially, it's cut and paste when you start to get used to this. When you get more and more property, you just bring those properties to her. She gives you the estimate cost. You guys already have a good thing going there. And she's going to be able to give you the best prices because you're also working with her exclusively and you've helped her build her team as well. So it's a win-win.
I did have an experience though when it comes to these people. So what happened was I dropped my prices for like the last 2 months on my listing, right? And then of course when you drop the prices, people that don't got the money going to buy it because it's cheaper, right? Yeah. So these 2 individuals brought it at the cheapest rate because once I make my profit, I always drop my rate to close out the calendar, right? So that's when all the cheap people come in and start booking your slots for so they came in, destroyed the property, took my TVs off the wall, started spraying things all over my.
So he had a bad experience with people coming in his home and just completely destroying the area. Now, I have 9 Airbnbs. You're going to experience bad guests. For me personally, I would say 1 out of every 10 guests is going to be a bad guest. So it doesn't happen all too often, but it does happen sometimes. Now, the ways that you get around that is, 1, instead of waiting until the last 2 months and lowering your prices, have your calendar open 6 months in advance to allow people who are responsible people who book in advance anyways to book your home at a surplus rate rather than dropping it later. So you're going to have higher rates and you're going to have better quality guests at the same time. Work specifically on the high-end market. When you're first starting off, it's cool because I started off with a studio apartment. It was only like $1,450 a month. And after 2 years, I was able to get a $50,000 loan from the SBA. And I work exclusively now with the high-end markets, $8,000 a month rent, $10,000 a month rent. We're talking about, I have properties that are 5 bedrooms, 4,000 square foot, private movie theater. We're talking people who are multimillionaires, people who make 6 figures. These are the type of people who are renting my home.
That Airbnb stuff making money like that, huh?
Yeah, it's making money. And the thing is, a lot of individuals keep saying Airbnb is going downhill, but the stats show that it's rising. It's still rising. Me as a host, as a super host, I'm still making profit off my units. You know what I mean? A lot of people saying on social media, things like that the Airbnb host is not making as much money, right, but Airbnb is still cashing out if you do the business right. It's a lot of individuals that's on Airbnb and don't know how to run. They think they could just buy a unit, post it on the platform, and make bread. It don't work that way. You really gotta access it like it's a real business and manage it like a business.
He's right. Airbnb is technically still on the rise. What's happening is that there are more rentals than ever before on Airbnb. So they're still making more profit. But what's happening is there's so many properties within a specific area that there are areas and cities to where there are way too many Airbnbs.
I would say the secrets when it comes to Airbnb is really looking at your competition and seeing what's around and making sure that you're up to date with them and always adjust your prices. A lot of people just post one time and thinking it's done. So the secret is you got to look at that's what I'm saying. You always got to look at the market. You always got to see what's in the area so that way you could adjust your prices accordingly. And another secret is make sure you stand out by having a lot of color and a lot of warming and a lot of welcoming things into your property so people can actually feel like they love their booking.
The way that you actually stick out and make sure that you're still profitable within any type of market with Airbnb is first off with your reviews. The better reviews that you have, the better, because when you have 5-star reviews, you have other people that are great guests who have money. They're going to want to book your space and you're going to stay profitable. This is Coach BNB, coachbnb.com. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or share your experience with Airbnb as a platform on the host side. And I am happy to answer anything and everything.